Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Kickstart 360 webinar today. Go ahead and grab a pen and paper and get ready to take some notes today. I'm Robert Patterson, and we also have Ron Joseph on the webinar as well. Go ahead and say hello, Ron.
Hey, everybody. Welcome aboard.
All right. So the webinar you're watching today, just so you know, it's pre-recorded, so we won't be able to answer any questions at the end. However, we do schedule the webinar, so Ron, who just said hello, he'll be available at the end to take phone calls. So go ahead and write down the number on the screen, and Ron will be available at the end of the webinar. So most of you are here because you're struggling to secure the high traffic locations you need for your vending machines. And we're going to cover this in depth today. And what we're going to show you today is for the person really looking at the big picture. What you're going to learn today, folks, is that whether you're just starting with 3 machines or you've got 5, 10, or 100 machines, whatever the size of your company, or if you're just getting started, what we're going to show you will apply to all of you. And as we explain it, you'll understand what we mean by this statement. Just keep an open mind, stick around to the end so you'll understand what we're all talking about. We've also got a bonus worth $1,749, so stick around. You'll see how to get that at the end of the webinar. And what we're going to show you again, I'm going to want to reiterate this one more time, is for everyone. We know you've got a dream for financial freedom, more time with your kids, whatever the case may be. We know that many of you only have 1, 2, or 3 machines. You've got a dream, and we've got the vehicle to help you fulfill it, so stick around. All right, let's get started. So I'm Robert Patterson, the founder and CEO of Kickstart. I started my first vending business a little over 11 years ago and built my route up to around 100 machines in 3 months. And during that time, I was actually sharing my locating experiences and vending experiences through an online blog. And what ended up happening was that people began asking me to help them out with locations. And that's how Kickstart was born. We're now the largest vending machine locating company in the United States and Canada. It's important to me that everyone that works with us has a positive experience. So all of our clients get my direct number, and I handle customer service personally. You can see my number big and bold right there. Now let me introduce you to Ron Joseph one more time. Ron's been with us for a long time. He's our lead location specialist. Go ahead and say hello to everyone, Ron, and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, again, hi, everybody. I got in the business in 1990. I started with the old mechanical countertop snack machines. I bought 25 of them, and I went out. I knocked on doors, knocked on doors, knocked on doors. I knocked on hundreds and hundreds of doors. And I finally found that real estate offices were my niche with that particular machine. And I grew that business and then sold off a chunk and grew it and sold off a chunk. And that's what started my vending and now locating career. So I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you much, Ron. So now let me tell you a little bit about our company. We've been in business for well over 10 years. We've had over 20 team members, 1,500 plus customers, and we've located well over 50,000 machines. We offer a refund guarantee to all of our customers, and we can do that because we are the largest vending locator in North America, and we'll explain more about how that works later. Working with us really means that you've got the most experienced locating team in the business on your side. We locate more healthy vending machines than any other company in North America. That's really our expertise. We've revolutionized the industry, so much in fact that many of the franchise company clients actually come to us for locations. We like to say we're not the first to do locating, but we've perfected it down to a science. So no matter if you're just getting started or you already have machines, what we're going to talk about today will put you in the driver's seat so you're able to get as many high traffic locations as you need. So what sets us apart? Let's go over what sets us apart from everyone else. First, we really help build the foundation of your company through a professional website. And we're going to go into that more later. So you go from machines in the garage to having a business that people can see, touch, and feel. Your website is your office, it's your storefront, it's where businesses come and interact with you, and that's so important. Second, we get the word out about your company through online marketing. So if the website is your storefront, the online marketing is a large billboard showing people your business exists and getting them through the doors. It creates credibility, professionalism. It lets them know that you're a local company. The third thing we do is, like any great sales organization, we're actively finding new accounts for you through telemarketing. Um, so where most locating companies are only focusing on number three there, just doing maybe telemarketing or door to door, they're actually missing out on the most important steps, number one and two. And why is that? That's because 80% of businesses, and this is according to vendingtimes.com, found their vending machine company online, right? So that's a huge statistic, 80%. So what we're showing you today is really for the person who understands internet marketing in 2018. Think about it. People don't use the yellow pages anymore. They Google. In fact, let me pose this question to you. If you were looking for a vendor, can you think of any other place to go besides the internet to find one? If you do, please let us know and we'll start spending our marketing dollars in that avenue. Anything else you want to say here, Ron?
Well, one thing is just to let people know that vendingtimes.com, which is now only in digital form, used to be, back when I got in the business in 1990, it was the only publication in the vending industry, and it's where everybody in the industry went to get crucial statistics and information about the industry. It was the Bible of the industry. It still is, but there's many other sites and blogs and so forth out there now. So that's where we get a lot of our information from. So it's not us telling you that 80% are found online. It's the most trusted source in the industry. And here's the reality. In today's world, when anybody moves to a new city or they need a new product or service, what do? Let's say they needed a landscaper, they're going to say Houston landscaper. Why? They're in Houston and they need a landscaper, or landscaper Houston, whatever the case may be. And it's the same thing in vending. When a company hears from its employees and or customers, gosh, you guys need vending in here, they finally ask someone to go online and find them a vendor. They can't pick up the yellow pages anymore, so they go online and they Google for it. It's that simple. And that's why you've got to have a strong web presence in today's world. If anybody on this call were to start a roofing business tomorrow, they do it with a website, I would imagine, just so that they get to show that credibility, that professionalism, and they get the online presence that puts them in the running with everybody else.
Absolutely. Great points there, Ron. Let's talk about professional locators. There's some unique differences with our company compared to other so-called professional locators. First off, we don't use commission-based subcontracted locators to do the job. You get to approve each and every location. If you don't like a location for any reason, just keep on looking. Ron has an analogy. If you don't like an account, do you remember what that is, Ron?
I just drew a blank. No.
All right, don't worry about it. The other thing is you get unlimited free and additional replacement locations through your website. We'll talk more about that in a bit. And these are the most qualified locations because they've been able to see your machines on your website. They've been able to see your products. They know who you are. They come to trust you. So by the time you get a call or an email from them, they're ready to go. You get to work directly with myself, the owner of the company, our telemarketing team, our web design team. That way your questions are answered quickly and directly by the person in charge of that department. We're not commission-based, meaning our team is not incentivized to find you just any old mom and pop location. And finally, we're your long-term partners in growing your vending business. And what that means is that after you come on board with us, we continue to help you grow your business. We hold your hand through the entire locating process. We know everyone wants to build the route up to let's say at least 10 machines. But we know that once you get to 10, you're going to start dreaming bigger, 20, 50, 100, maybe 1,000. And we'll guide you along the way as your business grows to help you succeed more and more.
And
You know,
Rob,
we're
I
the
just remembered what I was going to say too, if I may jump in here.
Go
You
ahead,
know,
Rod.
in terms of approval, we want you to approve every location. And the thing that I got hung up on there was, you know, not only do you need to approve the location itself based on proximity and number of employees and all that kind of stuff, but let's even whittle it down further. Let's say that it's a great account. It looks like it's going to be a really good, for argument's sake, $1,000 a month account. And you sit down with the decision or the contact person there, and they just, for whatever reason, they rub you the wrong way. You just don't like them. Well, then just tell us, keep looking. You have to be happy with all of it in its entirety. That's what we want you to do, is to be happy with the whole program. So even if it comes down to just the person, and even when it's a great location, you can say no, keep looking.
Absolutely. That's a great point, Ron. And I like to say we're the largest locating company in North America for a reason. It's because our system works, because we're the only locating company that utilizes Google and the internet combined with telemarketing. Every other industry, as Ron was talking about, knows how important internet marketing is. But for some reason, the vending world has been stuck in the 1980s until we came out with Kickstart 360. But before we go into more detail about how our system works, I want to go into the number one misconception that most vendors have. And that is that you don't constantly need new locations. So I like to use this analogy of a restaurant. Imagine a restaurant, they start advertising, and after they get their first 100 customers, then they stop all their ads. They're just going to rely on those 100 customers come back over and over again. Would a restaurant do that? Of course not. Life happened, things change, people's tastes change, right? You have to be in a position and ready for change. And there's always going to be attrition. So you're always going to need new accounts. And that's the important thing that a lot of new vendors, and even vendors that have been in the business for a while, they come to realize. And there's a few reasons, why you may need new accounts. Sales may recede at a business. They may decide they just want to choose a new vendor. Maybe the manager's brother got into vending. I mean, who knows? Maybe new management comes in and decides they don't want vending anymore, or corporate comes in with a new policy that doesn't allow vendors. There's numerous things that could happen. So you always need to be prepared for the inevitability that you're going to need new locations over time. And that really leads us into the key component of our system. And we've talked about it a little bit here, and that is generating locations online. So we've got this step-by-step process here. So step one, online advertisements. And these ads drive companies who need your vending machines to your website, right? That's pretty simple. They go online and they search, they see your ad right at the top of Google, and they click it, and it brings them to your website. So step two, once they're on your website, there's a little sample form. They're going to fill out this web form where they can request a free vending machine for their business. And step three, you're going to get an email with a location ready to go. As crazy as that sounds, that really means unlimited locations for life. Because for as long as your website is up and running, people are seeing those ads and they're clicking and filling out those forms. You're going to continue to get location after location. Here's an analogy I like to use for this. Have you ever listed a car for sale on Craigslist or Auto Trader, or listed anything for that matter for sale online, and then you end up selling it, but then you forget to take the ad down and you leave it up there? So what happens? People keep emailing you, calling you, texting you, and asking if you still have it for sale. This happened to me just the other day. I listed I think it was a cell phone on Craigslist, and I sold it, and I forgot to take the ad down, and I keep getting calls and texts about it from people wanting it. And that's exactly what our system is all about. So everybody on this webinar, we know you know someone who's got a website promoting some kind of product or service for their company. And we know that those people will give their left pinky finger, as Ron likes to say, to show up on the first page of Google. And that's really what our company's expertise is. Because that's going to mean.
Jump in here. There's a great line, Rob.
Yeah.
It's perpetual advertising paid for once.
There you go. I like that. That's great. Perpetual advertising paid for once.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it.
Sums it up.
What's that?
It sums it up.
It absolutely does. No, that sums it up perfectly. Um, you know, and that's the thing. You can't just have some cookie cutter website because you're not going to show up on Google. You need a website that's going to make you show up at the top of Google, so people are going to continually be able to find you. And like Ron said, that perpetual system that you pay for once. So let's take this thing live for a second, and we'll give you a real life example here. So here's one of our clients. They're in Dawsonville, Georgia. And if you just Google Dawsonville Vending or Dawsonville Vending Companies, it doesn't matter. You can see their ad right here at the top of Google. So you click on this ad, and then it's going to bring you directly to their website. Here's their website. And there's a form right on that website where you can fill it out. A business can fill that out and request their free vending machine. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get an email. Here's a sample email of all the information about that business, all the information they filled out, the business name, address, phone number, number of employees they have, any questions or comments, anything. That goes directly to you. That puts you in control of everything. So let's walk through it one more time. It's super simple. The ad, you do the search, ad shows up at the top. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that's an ad, but as Ron stated, perpetual. So if you look here, these are all Dawsonville Vending. Dawsonville Vending, all this stuff I'm highlighting. So this is perpetual right here. This is through search engine optimization. Now, anytime, this is all bringing them to the same website, right? We've just managed to do the search engine optimization so well that they have the top 4 spots. So any of these times you click on that, it's going to bring them to their website. Beautiful website here. They fill out this form to request their free machine, and then you're going to get an email with all the business information that they filled out. You call them up, put the machine in the business. It's that simple.
Hey Rob, let's bring it back even one step. Now,
sure.
A company gets to that page. They look, Dawsonville, 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 Dawsonville. Who are they going to think is the heavy hitter in the area when they see 4 or 5 links on the first page of Google? Nobody goes to page 2. I haven't been to page 2 in I don't know how many years, okay? Because I'm going to find my answer for whatever product, service, or question I have on the first page of Google, and so are they. So whoever's dominating the first page of Google is getting all the locations. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely, Ron. Nope, that's a great point. It adds a lot of credibility to your business when you're number 1 and you've got the top 4 or 5 spots. That adds a lot of credibility. So let's start this slideshow up here again. And so let's talk about phase 1. And we showed you a sample of the client's website there, but this is phase 1. And what we do is we build out a custom website for your vending business. And you'll get one of equal quality to what you see right here. And this is your storefront. This is your office. This is how the world sees your business, right? What is a business? A business is the perception that someone has in their mind. So when they see a professional website, they're going to equate you to a very professional business. So why is a website like this so important to getting high traffic locations? It builds credibility for your business. It gains you exposure, like we showed you those top 4 or 5 spots so people can find you. Perception, they're going to perceive your business to be large, and proximity, because you'll see service area. So when they're 63% of searches use what's called a local modifier. So I actually want to go back to this site because this is so important. A local modifier means typing in the word Dawsonville because that's the city name. Okay, so 63% of searches are using a local modifier when they're looking for companies. So they're typing in the city name and vending companies. So they immediately know that since you have the top 4 or 5 spots and they're typing in that city name, that your proximity to them is very close. You're their next door neighbor, you're a local business, which is very important. And here's the thing, folks, perception is reality. Whether you've got 3 machines or 100, it doesn't matter. You need to look big so large companies and corporations are comfortable doing business with you. Because you look large and because they know you're local, they're going to feel so much more comfortable doing business with you. There's a few other things I want to point out that are so important. Let's actually take this live again. let's go to,
And,
um,
and Ron,
yeah,
let
go
me
ahead, Ron.
hear that to say that the companies understand that by your being close, that fast service is good service. That's so important to them that you are close, because a lot of the people that we call on, we're replacing a current vendor who never shows up to fill the machine. It's crazy, folks, but it happens time and time again.
Very true.
They want to know that you're close by, so that if there's an issue, if that machine's out of Sun Chips, they can call and say, hey, we're out of Sun Chips, and you can be there relatively quickly. That's so important to them. It's crazy.
Yep. No, great point, Ron. There's a few things I want to point out on the custom websites that we do. Number one is the service area map. So right on your website, there's going to be a service area map that lists all of the cities that you service. So it's very quick and easy for a business to find what areas you service, either looking at the map or reading it right there. The other thing is we do landing pages for up to 10 cities for you. And what that means is each of these cities, if you click on it, for example, Manhattan, you're going to have a specific page dedicated to Manhattan. And that helps you stay and move up in the search rankings for those individual cities. That's so important because more exposure leads to more locations. The goal is to get people in the front door so they can see what you have to offer. Let's go to the products page here, at a products page. Here's one of our client sites. You can see the products page. It's a proven fact that 40% of companies that need a machine in their business will research what products you have to offer before making a decision. So it's so important that you have all these products listed, because businesses will look at this. And we make it super simple for them because we do it by category. So if they want to see chips, they can just click on chips and see all the chips you have to offer and the various options there. Other thing, machines page. Let's pull up a machines page. Here's one of our clients, their machines page. And another thing is this: the 40% rule holds equally true for machines, because 40% of businesses are going to research your machines before making a decision. So your custom website really gives a business all the information they need to make a decision, and that's so important in the sales cycle. It doesn't leave any questions in their mind. You know, they were impressed with the website itself because it's going to look better than all the others out there that they saw. They saw your machines, they saw your products, and they know you're a local company. So what questions could they possibly have now? They don't have any. They're happy with everything they've seen. They have all the information they need to make an intelligent decision. And that's the absolute best location you're ever going to get. Businesses want to know you're credible, they want to know you're professional, and that you have machines and products they want, so their employees and customers are going to be happy. So, you know, if you could go into every restaurant and taste the food before you ate it, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you be more apt to buy? That's exactly what we're doing here. We're just about letting them taste it before you ever deliver the machine.
And another key point,
Yeah,
Rob, is that we hear time and time again from our customers. I got this great 600 student private school because they liked my website better. I got this office building because they loved my website. I mean, we hear it, not daily, but I got to say pretty darn often how our customers are getting awesome accounts just because the website looked so sharp and crisp and clear and
yeah,
concise.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we put together gorgeous websites, you know, that are attractive to businesses. It explains what you do very clearly, and it's just so important. So phase one, that's building out your custom website. We've showed you some examples here. Phase two is putting you in front of hundreds or even thousands of businesses and corporations who need your vending machines. And we do that through online marketing. So let's go back to our slideshow here. And online marketing. So there are two ways that we put you in front of qualified businesses who need your machines: through search engine optimization. That's that perpetual thing. You pay once and it just keeps staying up there and you keep getting those locations. Or through Google paid advertisements on the right-hand side. You can see where it says ad there real small. That's a Google paid advertisement. We do both of those for you. So all of our websites include search engine optimization built into the website. Plus, we also do the paid advertising for you. So what's the difference? Both ads look essentially the same. You can see the two examples right here. Search engine optimization takes more time to gain traction, where the paid ads give you instant results. You instantly move to the top of Google. We briefly mentioned franchise vending companies earlier, and most of them offer some type of basic website with their package. The problem is that the websites don't have any way to generate traffic. They're basically just a business card on the web, because they're like every other website produced by that company. They're 100% cookie cutter, and Google hates cookie cutter websites. You'll end up being on page 50 of Google where no one can ever find you. So what we do is completely different. Since we're putting you right in front of hundreds or even thousands of businesses who need your machines. Your website's no longer just a business card, it's your storefront, it's your office, and it's got a massive billboard right there on Google that everyone can see. And again, 80% of businesses found their vending company online or researched their vending company online. And executives at large companies and corporations are just like you and I. They don't flip open the yellow pages anymore. They hop on Google and they do their search, or they tell their assistant to hop on Google and do their search and find it. And it's just so important. So let's go through the first page of Google a little bit more and talk about why it is so important. So number one, it puts you in front of hundreds or even thousands of businesses who need your machines. Think of it as having 10 billboards, and those are your landing pages for your cities, right in an area that are promoting your business. So everywhere you go, you're seeing those big billboards. It dramatically increases the amount of traffic to your website. So the more traffic, the more locations. Remember, your website's your storefront. I keep harping on that, but it's so important. But more importantly than even that, and you have to remember, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. That's why it's so important that your website's stunning and gorgeous, like the ones we just showed you. Another thing is, being on first page of Google, it shows businesses that you're a big player in the industry, because when you're at the top of Google, businesses automatically think that you're big and you're credible and you're professional. And it increases engagement on your website. Of course, when you get more traffic from businesses who need your services, then they're going to spend more time on your website, which is going to generate more and solid corporate accounts and locations that you're looking for. Anything else you want to say here, Ron?
Well, they can't pick up the phone book anymore. Most cities don't even have it anymore. So, but there was a time when we did, at the ripe old age of 61, for many years, I picked up a yellow pages for a product or a service. I went to the category or that letter, looked up the category, and then started making phone calls. They're not doing that anymore. So what are they doing? They're Googling. It's that simple. Just like I was saying before, they're doing vending Houston, vending, Seattle, vending whatever city it is. Okay. And if you're not on that first page of Google, you're giving away, you're literally giving carte blanche, free of charge, your 80% of your locations to your competitors. If you want to do that, that's great, but that doesn't make any sense in the business world.
Yep. Well, great point, Ron. So everyone wants to know, what type of locations can you expect, and what have we found? So here's some locations that we've secured for our clients through the website. These are businesses that filled out a form, on one of our clients' websites. So here's a YMCA, 79,000 square feet. Just imagine waking up in the morning to get an email from your local YMCA requesting for you to come put some machines out in their facility. I mean, it really is that simple. A manufacturing plant, they're requesting 3 machines. I mean, that's a huge account. A hotel wants 7 machines. I mean, that's a Galleria Palms. That's a massive hotel. An office with over 100 employees. I mean, these are accounts that every vendor would fight after, and they're coming directly to you, asking you to put a machine in. TV station, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, 200 plus employees. That's a massive account. a warehouse, blue collar workers, over 100 employees. And you know what the best thing about locations coming to you? There's little to no selling required. They've already sold themselves. They've already told you they want machines. They're in your store on your website and they're checking out at the register by filling out that form. So let's go into telemarketing because this is also important. So while phase one and phase two, which is your website and your online marketing, is the most effective way of generating high traffic locations. I'm not going to lie to you, that's the most effective way. We also actively prospect new businesses for you through telemarketing. So for those companies who haven't gone online yet to look, we're cutting them off at the pass through telemarketing. Now that you have a professional storefront via your website, your business also needs to sound professional on the phone. And that's why on average, our agents have over 15 years of experience and our lead telemarketers are making up to $30 an hour. But see, we don't just make phone calls, we also follow up with businesses via email for you. We really act as what's called your inside sales team from start to finish. And our people, they work directly for us. Again, no commission-based subcontractors here. So they have to do a good job. You expect us to get great locations for you, so our telemarketers know that they have to produce results to keep working with us. You also get a live dashboard showing you exactly what's going on with your phone calls, and we only call what's called phone verified lead lists that are as up to date as possible. What that means is we're not like commission salespeople using the yellowpages.com to come up with a list of businesses to call for you. We're using a verified list of businesses that have been verified over the phone by a third party. And most importantly, you're getting call recordings of all potential locations, which will teach you so much about the industry, your business, and the mindset of locations before you get there. So now you can see how we get through the gatekeeper, speak with decision makers, and respond to objections. If you knew that they wanted half healthy and half traditional products, and we mentioned that on the phone, wouldn't that make for a much smoother conversation when you got there? You'll have a wealth of information just from that. Just a side note on the call recordings, this is only possible in areas where we're legally allowed by law to record those calls for you.
And
Anything
Rob,
else you want to say here, Ron?
yeah, one thing I wanted to mention is that just imagine the learning curve listening to these phone calls. You're not going to be out there calling businesses per se, but what if you run into someone at church? They just got a new job. They said, "Hey, I heard you had some vending machines. Can you tell me about them? Because the company I just got hired at, they're thinking of getting vending." Now you've heard all the key things that through listening to the telemarketing calls. So now you pick up some great points, and bam, now you can explain it so much better to someone when you just happen to meet them arbitrarily, or many other reasons. So I mean, it makes so much difference to know everything about the business and how to handle it from someone that's experienced, and that's really what those phone calls can do for you.
Absolutely. And what's really important to note is that they're working directly for you, whereas commission-based locators are solely trying to get you any account they can. Our team is dedicated to get you into quality, high traffic locations. So, we've walked you through phase one, phase two, and phase three, the website, online marketing, and telemarketing. And I'm sure everyone here is wondering, well, okay, what is all this going to cost? So let's get into that right now. Our platinum plan, which includes everything we just discussed, is only $28.49. And listen, most of you have already that have machines have spent far more than that on one single machine. And we guarantee that you'll get at least 3 machines located in a very short time, which we'll talk about here in a second. And any vendor who knows anything at all about vending will tell you this: locations are by far the most important part of the entire business. They're what actually make you the money. So doesn't it make sense to invest in them? I like to say machines are 10% of the equation and locations are 90%. But most vendors spend the majority of their money on the machine. So doesn't it make sense to reverse that a little bit? So let's go over exactly what you get for your $28.49 investment. That's under $3 grand. So first, You get your custom website. That's a 16-page custom website and logo. You approve both the website and logo, and you can give us as much or as little input on the website as you like, and our team takes care of the rest. You're also getting the search engine optimization for up to 10 cities that you choose. Remember, those are the landing pages that we showed you earlier. Each one's like a big billboard driving traffic to your website. In addition, out of that $28.49, we're taking $250 of that and setting up a Google advertising account for you. So you'll have a $250 Google advertising credit, and that's included in the $28.49. That money goes straight to Google, and this is how we get you to show up on the top of Google instantly. Plus, you get professional telemarketing that we just talked about. You get 200 calls from one of our professionally trained team members calling businesses just like they're your inside salesperson, and for all intents and purposes, they are part of your team. And the best part is we back it all up with a 3-location guarantee. So what we've done is this: to put your mind at ease, we provide you with a 3-location guarantee and put a time frame on it that says this: as a worst case scenario, we guarantee you'll get at least 3 high traffic locations that you approve within 8 weeks, or we'll refund you $200 for each one missing. And really it's 6 weeks, because the first 2 weeks we're spending creating your custom website and your logo. And that means you're going to get a location approximately every 2 weeks. And this way you can be guaranteed of the results you'll be getting. You know, we're the largest vending locator in North America for a reason. It's because our system works, because it's right in line with how companies market today online. But remember when we said in the beginning that no matter whether you have 3 machines or 100 machines, what we're going to show you applies to you. Just because the guarantee is for 3 locations doesn't mean you won't get hundreds of them through our system. See, your website is like that Craigslist ad that you didn't take down. People are going to continue to call and email requesting machines because it's always up. It's like your 24/7 salesperson that doesn't cost you a dime. Like Ron said, it's that perpetual marketing system that you pay for one time. And all those additional and replacement locations are free of charge. That's right. There's no charge for those. So we guarantee the first 3, and the rest are yours free of charge. So it's literally almost zero risk. Plus, let's say you've got your first 3 machines located, and now you're ready to put additional machines out right away. And you're not ready to put additional machines out right away. You can put any of the leftover telemarketing calls and Google Ads credits in the bank and use them whenever you need them. So we can put your account on hold as far as the credits go, and you can use them whenever you need them once you get your machines located. So no matter
Rob,
how many machines.
I wanted to just elaborate on that just real quickly. Let's say that you had 3 machines and we made 100 phone calls and we only used $125 out of the $250 AdWords credit. You can then say, hey, let's just shut it down for a little while. That leaves you 100 phone calls in a bank waiting for you to tell us to flip the switch on again, and it leaves $125 in your AdWords credit. So just because you got the 3 locations, folks, don't think that now that disappears, those phone calls and the AdWords credit disappears. No, that is yours. You paid for it. So now you can say a month later, okay, those are all going good. I want to buy another machine. Let's crank it up again. Boom. And then we can get it started again. It's that simple. You can flip the switch on and off as needed, which is fantastic.
Absolutely, Ron. And the thing is, no matter how many machines you have, everyone needs a professional website because it serves as your storefront. It's your office. It's who and what your business is to the outside world. Large companies and corporations are going to look at your website first. Plus, some bonuses here. You're also going to get our attorney-written location contract. You can be part of our location reseller program. Call Ron for more information on that. You get our email marketing campaign to businesses, and you also are going to get 6 months of Ventrack vending management software included. Now, up there, you'll see in kind of small lettering, it says there's a $29 per month charge. So why don't you explain how that works, Ron, and why that is?
Sure. The first 2 months are free, and then starting the third month on a month-to-month basis. There's no contract. You can shut it off whenever you want to. We ask that you pay a $29 hosting and maintenance fee. It covers hosting the website, maintaining the website, but what it's going to do is continue to keep the wheels turning. Just imagine that you had your car in the driveway running on the first of the month. The tank was full and it ran all month, and out of that exhaust, let's say that the car is now the website, but out of the exhaust kept 2 or 3 a week or whatever, it kept spitting out locations out of the exhaust pipe. Well, that's what you're going to do. You're going to keep, at the end of the month, you're going to add another $29 of gasoline to the car, and that car, now that website, is just going to keep spitting out locations for you month after month after month. It's that simple. So that's what keeps it going. It keeps the wheels going, and that's what ultimately gives you the expansion locations and the unlimited replacement locations too. Because again, just like we said, anything can happen, so you've got to be ready for it.
Absolutely. We've also got a webinar special, and I'm sure by now you see how much you're getting for the $28.49 investment, but we're not done yet. For the first 10 clients this month are getting lifetime access to Vending U, the world's first Vending University, free of charge. And since this is a pre-recorded webinar, I have no idea how many spots are left, but when you call Ron, he'll be able to tell you. We charge $17.49 for that separately, and you'll get that 100% free of charge. We understand that many people are just getting started, so we put together Vending U, which is a text and video tutorial series on just about everything vending, every topic in vending imaginable. I'm going to let Ron walk you through a little bit more about Vending U, and I'll scroll through the Vending U website so you can learn a little bit more.
Sure. Vending University, I love Vending University because it's another feather in your cap that you have to help you succeed. We're not just getting you locations and then you're out there floundering around on your own. No, we're here as a means of support and training for you because we want to see success stories. We've been in business 11 years, but we want to be in business another 30 years. I won't be with Rob in 30 years.
We'll have Ron working 90 years old.
Good Lord willing, I'll still be walking the earth though. but Vending University is really awesome. It covers really 2 different sides of the business. One is what to do. That's what's going to make you money. But it also covers what not to do. And that's what's going to save you money. We've placed over 50,000 machines. And so we've seen every kind of scenario and issue, and we've had to overcome all of those. And you now reap the benefits of all of that by learning everything through Vending University. Some of the categories are, how about this, a getting started checklist. 70% of the people on this call are brand new to the business. They don't know. They're going in blind. They really don't know. They know that it's a great business and they can make money with it, but they don't know all the little things. And you know what they say, the devil's in the details. Well, that's where we teach you what those details are in Vending U. How about this? Top 10 costly mistakes that new vendors make. That's worth its weight in gold because you now won't make those mistakes. How about healthy products versus traditional products? So important to know what sells best in what locations. And then how about this? How about what percentage of each kind of product in each machine in each location? How to do a proper site inspection. So important to know those key elements to look for. Little things that you wouldn't think of ahead of time. Company structure, accounting and tax tips. How to hire and manage employees. And we even show you how to get free labor. And then products, where to buy, and how to price your products. Initially out of the getting started, you're going to go to Sam's Club, BJ's, Costco. Your cost of goods is going to be around, maybe 40 to 45%. We've got ways that you can get that cost of goods down dramatically lower than that. A lot lower than that. And that's what we teach you in Vending U. And that's just the tip of the iceberg there. I didn't want to, take an hour, but that's really, it's so comprehensive, it's crazy.
Absolutely. Thanks for going through that, Ron. Let me go back here to the slideshow. I want to do just a quick comparison. There's a company called Vend Central that does vending websites. First off, our package is over $1,000 cheaper. We provide 3 location guarantee, and our websites are 16 pages, while theirs are only 12. Plus, with us, you're getting the $250 Google AdWords credit, and that money goes straight to Google, like we discussed. Now, they don't do any telemarketing, and with us, you'll be getting 200 telemarketing calls with email follow-ups, so the business is included. If you want to do a quick site comparison, feel free to compare some of their sites versus our sites. There's some web addresses up here. Do they have nice sites? Sure they do. I mean, I think ours are quite a bit more modern, and we do offer quite a bit more value for less money. But feel free to look at it yourself. Growing your business. So who out there is ready to quit their job? Who wants to be their own boss and can take control and do vending full time? If you could build your business to 10, 20, 30 locations over the next couple of years, would you? Do you want to build a company to support your family or build a legacy to pass down to your children and grandchildren? Of course, we all want to leave that legacy, and this is how you're going to do it. Let me show you how. So over the course of the next year, through our system, with reasonable expectations, you can build your route to around 14 accounts. Now, you get the first 3 locations guaranteed, and those are free of charge in the first 2 months. Those are guaranteed. And then all the remainder locations, you're going to get a steady stream of locations coming to you over time through your website. And remember, as long as you're putting that $29 of gas in your car, locations are going to keep coming out of that exhaust pipe. And any locations after the first 3 are yours free of charge. And just to be clear, once you get your first 3 machines located, all the additional locations you get through the website are 100% free of charge, as long as you're paying that $29 a month to keep your car running. Now you don't have to constantly worry about locations. You don't have to go out and hire a so-called professional locator each time you need a new location or a replacement location. You're not constantly wasting your money on locations. You have a ready supply of locations coming in. Now you are in control.
Well, and one key point I wanted to bring up, Rob, is that, folks, just imagine that you've got your initial machines placed now, and then locations keep coming in month after month after month. Wouldn't it be nice to look at the locations as they're coming in and cherry pick the best ones for your machines, knowing that they're just rock solid, I mean, just going to be great money makers, and then be able to sell the rest to local competitors? And and I don't want to get into that whole reseller program now, but you have the ability with us to cherry pick the best locations for your machines, grow your business as quickly as you want to, and then sell any unwanted or unneeded locations to local competitors. And that's a way that you can make extra money on the side.
Yep, no, that's a really great point, Ron. We like to say we're the McDonald's of vending locating. We give you a clear and detailed locating system that delivers consistent and predictable results. And the best part is it's set it and forget it. It's like that rotisserie chicken cooker. And we're your long-term partners in helping you grow your vending business. And all that equals as many locations as you need. You're working with a team with nearly 100 years of vending experience. And folks, what large company or corporation is going to consider your company without a professional website that adds credibility and professionalism to you? There are some people on this call that think they can do it on their own, and I'm not saying you can't, but it could take you, 6 months to figure it all out, and we've done all that. And what's 6 months of wasted time going to cost you? Anything else you want to say here, Ron?
Well, people have to understand that, here's the other thing. We've proven that we dominate an area. We just proved it to you. So if you don't come on board with us, you have to understand you are then our competition. And I'm sorry, folks, but we eat our competition for lunch, okay? So that's the reality, okay? And, in as strong a statement as this is, the people on this call need to understand that they need us more than we need them. Now, wow, what do you mean? Boy, that's cocky. because of the fact that, you know what, if someone doesn't come on board with us, since we're the largest locating company in the country, is missing one customer going to put us out of business or hurt us, Rob? No, not at all. Okay. I know my check isn't going to change on Friday, but the reality is that if they don't use us and they go to a competitor and they waste $1,000, $1,500, and a bunch of time, energy, and money by not getting their machines in good locations, now they've jeopardized their business and put themselves 3, 5, 6 months behind the 8 ball. So, you know, as strong a statement as that is, it's real that they need us more than we need them.
And we know that because how many of them have come back to us after they've tried it.
Exactly. I mean, heck, we get three to probably 6 people a month that come back saying, you know what, I went out, I tried it, I tried it on my own, I tried this locator, I tried this. I've had people come back and say, I tried 2 other people, or 3 other people rather, and all 3 of them ripped me off. I tried to tell you.
Yeah, no, great point there, Ron. So, you know, we're going to end this webinar here in just a moment. So here's what you need to do to get started. Call Ron. His number is right there on the screen. It's 800-640-3598 extension 2. We know you've got questions. We've covered a lot of material here for you. Ron's happy to answer any of your questions. Also, the first 10 clients this month are getting Vending U free of charge. Like I said, since this is a pre-recorded webinar, I have no idea how many spots are left, but Ron will be able to tell you if there's one left for you. And that means you'll get Vending U lifetime membership completely free of charge. Call Ron for the Vending U promo code. Like I said, we sell that separately for $17.49, so it's an amazing value. You know, you've got a dream for financial freedom, more time with your kids, more money in your pocket. We know that many of you are just getting started out with 1, 2, or 3 machines. Our location system is for you. Some of you may have 10, 20, or 30 machines, and our location system is for you. You know, you've got a dream, and we've got the vehicle to help you fulfill it. Now, folks, you can see there's no other locating company out there that can do even a fourth of what it is that we do. I want to thank everyone who has attended today, and I look forward to speaking with each and every one of you. Thanks.